Here's a quick painting 101. Painting this room, this beautiful brown. I like the brown, but we're gonna combine it with green to give it a nice earth tone environment, you know, like an outdoorsy feel. So first thing you wanna do, I'm gonna leave this wall brown, just going behind the bed. I mean, we might put the bed over there, but I doubt it. The bed should go here. Excuse me. And I'm gonna leave this brown. So to do that, you need to use tape. People use a brush, and they rather, you know, use a brush. You know, painters, professionals say, "Oh, I'll do the perfect line." But I've seen mistakes. For example, up there, see that? There's brown on the ceiling. I'm gonna use tape. I'll show you over here. I'll show you over here, the living room. I don't like the baby blue, I'm adding a different blue. But here, look. Look at that. People think they're pros. Even if they're pros, they might have a mistake. They didn't even clean this. So I'm either gonna clean it with mineral spirits or have to repaint white. See that? There's been some sort of repair here because the ceiling it's been opened up. Just noticed. There's duct work that goes there, comes to here for this duct. So I'm gonna open that up to put a duct here as well. There's gonna be a room here. There's one wall. There's the other wall. As we start bringing in boxes, I'm gonna set up the boxes to show the room space. Because then the dining will go here, right here, and then the living will start back here. So there'll be plenty of room for living and dining in the same space, which is great. Okay, so see here, just to give you a quick glance, see the tape? Do you see the tape? Don't be lazy. And this tape, it was like $6, $7, big deal. Don't be lazy. Look, whoever painted this before was very lazy. Look, there's white on the brown. Do you see that? See that? There's white on the brown. Look at that. Look at that. I'll do it on the other camera. Don't be lazy. It turns out so nice. It'll be perfect, seamless. You don't see where one paint starts and the next one does. Let me show you. Look at that white. Horrible. There should be no white. There should never be any crossing of paint with one to the other. Look at that. Ugly. Excuse me. Ugly. There's no reason for that. And you just put tape. So you take an extra hour. Big deal. Big deal. But you know, it'll be seamless. Now we're gonna have a beautiful brown here mixed with a green. I mean, it's just common sense, people. Want to do the right job, do it right. Here, you know, someone would say, "Oh no, I'll just go over the pad," and no, it'll be uneven. You have a nice straight line here, and you won't see that it was painted. It's gonna look like wallpaper. It'll be so perfect. Understand? Do you understand? Oops. Do you understand? So now I'm gonna do the top. Very important. Now this isn't a flat ceiling. It has popcorn. Very troublesome. So I need to really knock out that popcorn on the edge, because you see there's brown there going over the white. We don't want that. We don't want green going over the white, so I'm gonna cover that. Go all the way over. And, you know, popcorn job like this would cost about, I don't know, $1,000 to redo the whole thing. Remove the popcorn and And this does collect dust. Look at that. I don't know. Talk to my wife. See what she wants to do. This is really ugly. A brown spot over there. I'm gonna sweep it and see what happens. Okay, I don't have a mask. I'm wearing my shirt to show you. You see the soot? I cleaned half of it, but there's black soot here from the AC. not soot. Let's not call it soot. Let's call it, let me stop the fan. Let's call it dust. That's all it is. We have to sweep it. Shadow mask. And that's the story, Charlie. You can either paint it or clean it. We'll clean it. Okay, if you're allergic, you definitely need to wear a mask because, let me tell you, very dusty. But the standard escoba. I call it a sweeper. What is that? It's a broom. A broom, standard broom, and sweep the entire ceiling. See, now it's nice and clean. Could use paint, but I'm gonna investigate what's the best thing besides scraping it all off and spending $1 or $2 grand to do a whole house, to put a flat ceiling, right? And you can clean it. I don't know how that looks in the video, but you can see some spots are white, some are brownish. That's okay. How often do you sit there and stare at the ceiling? Not very often, so I don't think it's an expense worth handling or dealing with. There are some spots here that are scraped. I don't know why. Maybe they had big furniture and scraped, or I don't know. So that's not dust, I just swept all this. And you can see the floor is covered in this stuff. Popcorn. But we'll see how one can go about painting it. I think that's what it'll do. It's rather difficult when I already painted the walls. So we'll just leave the corners out and do the center. I don't know, we'll see. Something else, you want to scrape all this off from the corners, from the edges there. Take a nice screwdriver, any kind, and just scrape it off. Scrape it all off. So you see there, so you don't see this brown attached to the rest of the ceiling. See that? It's so ugly. Looks dirty. You don't want that. So you want to scrape it off. Scrape it off. Take it all down. So that way when you go over it with the tape will give you a nice protective line. And no matter where you paint, when you peel it off, you're gonna see a nice green line where the green hasn't crossed any borders. Like so, which is ugly. Okay, so here, oh, wow. It's too bad I'm allergic. Got this great idea. Why not imitate crown molding with simply the tape? I've done this on vehicles. I've done this in so many places. Never got the idea to do it here. But here, instead of having to go through the trouble of ruining, you know, like these people did, having to tape everything up and having the issue of maybe some bleed through from the tape, to have green bleed just a little bit. I'm really picky, so the tiniest little thing would bother me. Instead of having to go through that and then touch it up, and why not create an illusion of crown molding? See, the bottom, that's molding, crown molding at the bottom. very cheap, standard apartment like, but it's always a separate color. If it was white, it would have been this color, but they painted it brown. They just were lazy and said, let's just paint everything brown, who cares? It's those little touches that make everything look really nice. So I'm keeping it brown and then creating a crown molding at the top. It'll be green to there, and then it gives you an illusion of a matching crown molding from the bottom. And here's another tip. When you're worried about straight lines, always start from the top, because this will hang and this is a guide. The weight will guide you as being a straight line when you go down a wall like this, all right? And here's a quick note, very important. I've seen on videos where they show you to go like this, zigzag, like in a W, Excuse me, I stopped it by accident. No, do not use the W method. It does not work. It will leave you with remnants of the color beneath. And guess why that happens? Because you've purchased the one that they told you to purchase that is a primer included, and they tell you, oh, you only need one coat. That's bull. You will always need at the very least, 2 coats. So to make it effective, to make sure that you get 2 coats and not 3 or 4, you don't want to use the zigzag method, sideways or up and down. You want to go up and down, go from the top, bottom, cover, midsection, the middle section of the brush every time you go over, because you will miss spots no matter what. And even with a single coat, which is thick, you will still see remnants of the previous wall color. So make sure you do not do the zigzag method. That just wastes your time and ensures that you'll need at least 2 or 3 coats. You can ensure you only need 2 tops when you use my method. Up and down, take the center of the brush, and make sure that you're always going overlapping at every center. And that's it, that's simple, 2 coats. And here's the finished product. Here's that little idea I had. My wife doesn't like it. It's over. To redo it. I think it's nice. It matches the bathroom. Gives it a different look. It looks like a headboard. large headboard. And look at the quality. Very solid. There are no discrepancies anywhere in the paint. You see no bleed through. That's quality work. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll have more, and comment if you want to see more of these handy dandy videos. Thanks for watching.